Welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to the webinar on the flexible funding call enabling environment for sustainable bioenergy from the Supergen Bioenergy Impact Hub. My name is Miriam Roda. I'm the director of Supergen, and I'm very excited to guide you through the webinar this afternoon. We have the central team here to support and help with the webinar and the questions. So we have Katrina, Rocky, Noella, and Freya from the central management team here as well. How we will proceed is I will give a quick presentation on the call, what the call is about, and then we will have some time for Q&As. But what we will do is we will ask you to stay muted and type your questions in the chat, and then we will answer them accordingly. Just as a heads up, we will record the webinar, and it will be shared online. We will record throughout, but the Q&A session will not be shared. It's just for us to keep track of things. Okay, so again, welcome to everyone. People are still arriving, but we're kicking off, and I will give you a quick introduction about Supergen and the flexible funding call, which is focusing on an enabling environment for sustainable bioenergy. First of all, for the ones of you who are not familiar with the Supergen Bioenergy Impact Hub, I would say welcome. But obviously welcome to a lot of people, and familiar names I see online. So welcome back. The aim of the Supergen Bioenergy Impact Hub is to increase sustainable biomass production in the UK to minimise greenhouse gas emission and enable a sustainable development. Our objectives of this round of the hub are to incubate new research concepts, to identify commercial potential, diffuse knowledge from UK research to effectively support deployment, and to use UK research knowledge and capability to create an appropriate enabling environment for sustainable bioenergy deployment. This is what it looks like as a whole. And so we have our research projects which focus on the incubation and the diffusion side. We are an impact-focused hub, so we work with industry, policy, and the public on market deployment, regulation standards, policy development, and public perception. But as you can see from the call, it all is also about creating an enabling environment, and this is what our current funding call is focusing on. This flexible funding call will fund up to £50,000, which are available to UK academic institutions eligible for UKRI funding. Projects are expected to demonstrate additional funding leverage of £50,000 in cash or in kind. This call is focusing on supporting solution-oriented interdisciplinary projects that address the policy, regulatory, market, and societal barriers to sustainable bioenergy and bio-based products deployment in the UK. So proposals should generate clear evidence, frameworks, or tools that support industry, policymakers, regulators, and local decision-making. We anticipate that we have funding for up to 6 projects, subject to quality and strategic alignment. Already touched on that, but I go a bit more into detail on that. So the priority focus areas for this call include the development of policy, regulatory, or market mechanisms that enable sustainable bioenergy deployment in the UK. That could be analysis of the economic, environmental, or societal implications of scaling bioenergy within net zero strategies. That could include, for example, research into infrastructure, organizational, and governance challenges with evidence-based solutions. So there's a really big focus on a solution-focused approach. So this could be integrated frameworks that explicitly examine interactions between policy, industry, and societies. We encourage proposals to be cross-disciplinary, so stretching the boundaries of engineering, environmental science, economics, social science, policy, and data. So that is kind of like on the scope. Obviously, as it comes with funding calls, we do have some requirements. Funded projects will contribute to a co-developed UK bioenergy and bioproducts roadmap. And we require successful projects to participate in 2 mandatory Supergen workshops. There will be 1 workshop at the initial stage of the flexible funding round, and then at the synthesis late stage. So these participation in these 2 workshops is required from successful projects. Institutions who are receiving the flexible funding must become partners of the Supergen Bioenergy Hub if they are not partners at this point. The deadline for submitting questions, we have streamlined this time to make it easier to manage. Questions need to be submitted by the 10th of June, so in a week's time. And I will share the link in a moment to the online form to submit questions. And the deadline for submission for the proposal is the 28th of June. The scoring criteria of the proposal are, as we have done in Supergen over the past years, that we have a blinded assessment process by industry and academic partners with focus on scientific novelty, complementary and fit with other hub research. So in that case, I mean, Supergen Hub, obviously. Complementary fit, yeah, then methodological appropriateness, interdisciplinary contribution, outputs, dissemination and engagement, impact potential, value for money, and ability to deliver. I also want to stress to everyone submitting a proposal, please ensure you follow the guidance provided in the call document regarding not including any information that could disclose your identity. So this is the form for questions, which has a deadline of 10th of June. And I think Katrina is posting that in the chat as well. Thanks, Katrina. And this is the flexible funding call page. And as a reminder, so the deadline for the proposals is the 28th of June. And this is where I'll leave it for the information on the call, and would say we are taking questions now.